Now disco anthem. Hold on. You know, when we talk about unity, now, see, I will give you Expo the Kaye. Say Expo the Kaye. Say Orijo. Go to the group platform. Please go to the group platform. The school anthems. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh. La 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 la. Clap yourself. Yes. La la la. Thank you. Please kindly have your seat. Years later, I had another certificate, like my chairman. Permit me to introduce my wife to the class. Please meet my wife, Madam Olu-MC Olaleye. Now, you can see where I'm spending my money. Huh? That's, you can see. You can see I'm looking better also. Please clap for the women in the house. Women, clap for my wife now. She don't try with us today. The president of the alumni, in person of Mr. Daramola Ademola, My president, you are welcome. You know, I know some entourage are still coming. I know my shaman Muswin is a team builder. And I can tell you that he's a very powerful person. We can see his handiwork over there. Also, permit me to introduce the secretary that came with him, the secretary of National Association, Mr. Olowo Olumide. I know my shaman. See, we must continue. You know, we must continue. Because we have a good leadership and we have our own there. Because if you mess up, you know he's messing up with everybody. Mr. Ademola, thank you for doing a good representation. Please, let's celebrate him. Can we give him just 5? 1, 1, 2, 3, go. 1. Thank you so much. Please, let's celebrate him. Yes? Otisheche. As we consume that food, let the angels of heavens, let them eat with us in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you. You can eat. So also, we are still expecting coordinators of other sects that we've invited to be here. We have, I don't know how to call her, but I know that she's Mrs. Ibiyemi. Please, let's celebrate Mrs. Ibiyemi, the coordinator of 96 sect. Please, Ogushaki. Please stand up for recognition. Please, let's celebrate her. So as they are coming, we'll be recognizing them. During the last AGM, I'm not giving any report, but during the last AGM, at the level of Oye-Ekiti, the class of 94, we have 2 representatives in the electoral committee. We have Pastor Tunde Okola and Madam Yinka Fambode. Please stand up for recognition. They are member of electoral committee, and I know I've served at that capacity. I know having 2 of you there, we know that the electoral system will be highly credible. Thank you for representing us. Please, let's celebrate them. Last week, a friend was telling a story about a woman that delivered a girl, and the girl died 2 days after. And I said, why? God, why? Since 25, looking at 25 years in retrospect, we've lost some of our members that are very close to us. Spectacular people that would have loved to see them here today. Men that are touched alive one way or the other in the journey of life. In fact, when we celebrated the 20th anniversary, please, hello, excuse me, please let's have one else, please. One of them, when we celebrated the 20th anniversary, he was with us. But today is no more. Can we be upstanding? Can we be upstanding as we respect the dead? Let's have a minute silence, please. Thank you. Please, you can look at the screen. Psst. On the sands of time, you've left your footprints with love.
On the sands of time,
Everyone will know your
you've
name
left your footprints
and
with
shall
love.
recall your story.
Everyone
Rest
will
in
know your
peace.
name
May
and
the
shall recall your
soul of
story.
departed rest in peace.
Rest in peace. May the
Thank you.
soul of
Can we have may I have privilege and honor to invite the president of the alumni to give us a keynote speech. Mr. President, thank you. Please let's celebrate our president.
Please, when I say you go see, when I say Unity Government College, you say oneness and progress. Unity Government College. Oneness and progress. Unity Government College. Oneness and progress. Thank you so much. An address delivered by Daramola Ademola, President Unity Government College, on the occasion of your 25th anniversary, class of 94 alumni. The Vice President in absentia, the General Secretary of our great alumni, set coordinators, the Chairman, class of 94, Akimbobola Tunde, members of this great set, class of 94, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's a great thing this day to join you all in celebrating your 25th anniversary. So it's 25 years already. Our God is indeed faithful. Like our teachers will always say, when they come around us, we are indeed grateful to our Maker. Looking back at where the journey began, it's indeed a sweet memory to behold. When we are being compelled to adapt to the school rules and regulations, most especially, we have a timetable for all we do as kids. These are the mode that we receive as teenagers, which I believe has a great impact in each one of us lives today. We can look back and smile it off, but the memories lingers forever. Dear class of 94, as I celebrate all your achievements so far, among yourself and as an alumni body, you guys have reason to celebrate. Giving back or applying back is what the entire alumni has known your set for. Your set was the first to give back to our dear school. Unity Government College will forever remember your set. It's on record that you donated a pipe-borne water to the boys' hostel, solar-powered inverter to the sick bay, and as Oliver Twist, I'm still expecting more from your set before my tenure expires very soon. As I close this address, let me use this medium to thank you for your support during the last election, 2017, that brought me in as the second president of Unity Government College, Oye. And after, I appreciate your kind gesture bestowed on me and the entire executive. I will say one thing before, in abstract of what I've written down. Sincerely, I know what it took me to have a word with many of you in this set. I know the side you belong to in the alumni as a whole. The AGM of this alumni started way back 2013, 2014. And I know you have never been part of it. But sincerity has spoken the line which you belong to. I want to thank God that I'm able, with my executive, to take that doubt off your mind that the alumni can never be the same again. I have to travel around, let's say, 6 geopolitical zones. It was then I met Tope. I traveled to Badon. I traveled to Abuja. Just to say one thing, so that the trust can be established again. Because everybody fall in line with your set. If 94 set is missing, I'm sure a lot of things is missing. It's not pride. It's not pride, but it's just what you believe in. Yourself believe in accountability. Yourself believe in trustworthiness. Yourself believe in a lot of things. And I want to appreciate Demola Abere for giving us in line of what a true alumni should be. Demola Abere has done wonderfully well, and I thank God that he's coming from your set. And I'm sure he has not disappointed any of you. So, you have raised the bar, the executive have raised the bar. Anything short of the way things are now will not be accepted. We want to fall in line with a true and way of doing things correctly. So, I want to appreciate the set coordinator, Tundaki Bowola, for standing firm on what he believes in. He has indeed powered this your set so well. I want to appreciate him with his lovely wife. In closing, I want to thank you for listening to this short message. I wish you all a happy celebration. Long life, Unity Government College Oye. Long life, Nigeria. Long live Ekiti State. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And we move to item 8. Please check your program, item 8. With standing ovation, let's welcome our chairman, the chairman of chairmen, the leaders of leaders, the servant leader, the man that is ready to be called at any time, the man that has been leading this class of 94, the man that you can attest to, the man of timber and Iroko, the man of mahogany. It's a privilege to welcome you, my chairman, to this special occasion, to deliver his speech.
Ògo ni forúkọ rẹ̀. Ìyìn ọlá ògo ni fún ọ. Ìyìn ọlá ògo ni fún ọ. Agbára àti ipá jẹ́ tìrẹ. Agbára àti ipá jẹ́ tìrẹ. Ẹgbẹ̀rún ahọ́n kò tó yìn ọ́. Ẹgbẹ̀rún ahọ́n kò tó yìn ọ́. Àwọlẹ̀ àjúbà. Àwọlẹ̀ àjúbà rẹ̀. Olúwa mi, èmi kígbe pè ọ́. Olúwa mi, èmi kígbe pè ọ́. Ìwọ sì mú mi lára dá. Ìwọ sì mú mi lára dá. Ó yọ ọkàn mi nínú sáà. Ọkàn mi nínú sáà. Ó sì pa mí mọ́ láàyè. Ó sì pa mí mọ́ láàyè. Ó ìyìn ọlá. Ìyìn ọlá. Ìyìn ọlá. Ògo ni fún ọ. Agbára àti ipá jẹ́ tìrẹ. Agbára àti ipá jẹ́ tìrẹ. Ẹgbẹ̀rún ahọ́n kò tó yìn ọ́. Ẹgbẹ̀rún ahọ́n kò tó yìn ọ́. Àwọlẹ̀ àjúbà. Àwọlẹ̀ àjúbà rẹ̀. Kọrin sólúwa ẹ̀yin sẹ́ráfù. Oyin s'Olúwa ẹ̀yin sẹ́ráfù. Kẹ́sì dúpẹ́ níwà mímọ́ rẹ̀. Dúpẹ́ wà mímọ́ rẹ̀. Ìbínú rẹ̀ kì í pẹ́jù ṣẹ́jú kan. Ìbínú rẹ̀ kì í pẹ́jù ṣẹ́jú kan. Ìyè lójú rere. Ìyè lójú rere rẹ̀. Ìyìn ọlá. Ìyìn ọlá. Ìyìn ọlá. Ògo ni fún ọ. Ògo ni fún ọ. Agbára. Agbára. Àti ìbàjẹ́ tirẹ̀. Ìbàjẹ́ tirẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ̀rún. Ẹgbẹ̀rún. Àwọn kò tó yíyan. Àwọn ẹ̀yájú gbàrẹ̀. Àmín.
I don't know. Even I promised myself that I'm not going to be emotional, but I can't just control it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to this beautiful reunion today. The alumni presidents, sir, and also coordinators here. We are so happy to have you here today to celebrate our 25th reunion anniversary with us. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate Almighty God for this day and His love and mercy upon every member of this great class. I return all the glory, and I would like to appreciate my CWC members for their support for these past 5 years that we have been paddling the boat of this class in order to strengthen us. CWC members, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will always remember every one of you for the work and sacrifice that you have made for this great class. Eshegon. To every member of this class, you are wonderful. I am happy to see faces that I have not seen in the last 25 years again. And I'm happy to see Wasilat and Aworis. It's our slang here. So, so you are all wonderful and unique in your own ways. I love you guys. Some of you prefer to be faceless supporters and heroes of this class in different ways. It's a good thing to be surrounded by great minds like everyone present here today, and those that are not privileged as well because of one reason and the other. I can't but thank the class prayer group for their voluntary, ceaseless effort to pray for this class. I appreciate you guys and pray that God will remember you too. I was even trying to even maybe try to mention their name, but they decided to be faceless. And even I'm just, because I'm not part of it, but I know the way they meet. Even with CWC, we meet maybe once in a while, maybe once in a month, at times maybe twice in a month. But this particular prayer group, they meet every week, fasting for this class. So I appreciate you guys. Please clap for them, please. I can't but thank the class prayer group, okay? At last, to my lovely wife, many thanks for your support and endurance for the past 5 years. She has been so wonderful, and I don't know how I want to describe. You know, it's, at times, most of us might not even understand. At times, with the challenges, even the class, even burning on my head, at times I'll be just like sleepless night. When it comes to my personal issues, I don't think about it. I believe that solution will come, something like that. But when it comes to class issues, I won't be able to sleep. Even I prefer to sleep just to find the solution to the problem. So she has been there for me, even encouraging me and girls, but daddies and mommies. And very soon we are going to become grandma and grandpa. Yes. And that's the reality of life. And it's high time we told ourselves the bitter truth. We are growing. So we are just like
it is high time we just told ourselves the truth that with our age, because we are at this, I prepared even speakers for us that's going to address this particular topic, this particular theme. That, at times you can be online, because most of us is always online. I've seen for the past 25 years. So we need to discuss. This is a family issue. We are more than family. That's why you see our WhatsApp platform bubbling. So let's face it. So this is the high time we need to discuss this. And our speakers, the program is set, and our speakers will be addressing this accordingly. And I trust them. But the only one that is not here presently is Adedikpe. He promised to be here, but I don't know what's really happened. Thank you all for making it down to this occasion. Enjoy your day, friends. Long live Unity Secondary School, Oye-Ekiti. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, my chairman. We appreciate you also. It moves me to the marrow. You remember marrow? Bone marrow. That when you're in biology class, today we are treating bone marrow. You, and you miss it. What's the next thing? Egba. Or you are, God help you, is agri class. You're dear. Remember those experiences, eh? So the speech of, when I see people crying and there is cry of joy, I'm always moved to the marrow. Tony, how you doing? So you've transferred that into this woman? Huh? So we are sharing it together. So see, can you see them, both of them? You're welcome. Now we move to item 9. It's a privilege to invite Mr. Dare, Coach Dare Adeshoga, Koshito, to give us the scorecard 2015 to 2019. You're welcome.
Sir, I don't know if I should use this platform. Can you see me? Because this thing is higher than Good afternoon, everybody. So it's not my time. I'm presenting this on behalf of the Vice Chairperson, Motade Tola Adeniyi, who is unavoidably absent. So I'm going to read through. And you are going to be very patient with me while I read. And you read along. So as I'm reading, you read along, please. It's very important because this is the scorecard of what we've done over the years. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to stand on existing protocols. My job here today is simple. I've been asked to present the scorecard of the pioneer executives of the prestigious class. There is a wise saying that everything that has a beginning must of a necessity have an ending. While the beginning is quite important, the end is much more crucial because at the end, the result of all the examination written is always presented. Like we all know, how anyone fares in their examination determines their results. Promotion or stagnation, well done, good and faithful servant, or chastisement and condemnation. Today, as earlier said, I'm standing here to represent the pioneer executive team of Class 94 under the dynamic and inspirational leadership of Mr. Akintunde Akinbobola. One who have served selflessly since the coming together of this great class to present our results and scorecard since we kicked off operations in 2014. By God's providence alone, in 2014, we started gathering ourselves together as a class. And when this leadership team took off in March 2014, we were less than 80 members. But the chief hunter of this class, and you agree with me, is a chief hunter. Mr. Akimbobola with his team, all through the years, never stopped scouting for the members of this class, and as of today, I'm glad to announce to us that the hunting expedition has paid off and borne fruits. We are today 150 members strong and still counting. This prestigious class, under the leadership of the outgoing executives, sunk a borehole in the school premises to ease the problem of water being faced by the students most especially. Dear mates, permit me to refresh our memories that we all agreed at the 20th reunion of this class to give back to our alma mater, and we considered the needs of the school and how pressing they were. You will recall that we all agreed that the borehole was the most pressing need to handle in the school. Based on this, the chairman and our PRO, Messrs. Akimbobola and Olale, paid a visit to the school to ascertain the gravity of the situation and handle the logistics involved. The borehole was sunk and was commissioned on the 2nd of May 2015. Pictures of the commissioning were sent to our different platforms. It has been over 4 years now, and this borehole is still functioning and serving the entire school premises. A 8.5 kVA Helipack petrol engine power generating set was also provided by Class 94 on the same day to aid in the pumping of water from the borehole to feed the entire school, and this was handed over to the school authority accordingly. As if that was not enough, on the same day, the entire dining hall was furnished with new dining tables and chairs for all students. Aluminium dishes and government college branded exercise books were donated to all students. Next was the installation of 2.2 kilowatt hybrid solar system and all that. Remote control center in metal case, which was also given to the school on behalf of the entire set to address the lighting issues. The new solar generator was commissioned on August 18, 2018 during the alumni general meeting. I'm glad to also announce that as part of the achievements of the pioneering executives, Class 94 now has a website. Though scattered across the nations of the earth, everyone can use their personal credentials of a sign-on name and password to log on into the private space in the website. As of today, the entire class of 94 has an e-album on the cloud that is accessible to all at any given point. I want to ask, has anybody checked the e-album? Have you checked the e-album? Hello? Though we do not have full album of all members yet, because there are still some mates out there that must be found and brought into the fold. A large number of us have our pictures captured in this e-album, and a copy of that album is in the journal that is produced in the name of Class 94 to be given out as souvenirs today. Since we came together as a collective voice and and these pioneer executives were set up, compassion has been our watchword. In fact, Tunde Akimbobola, popularly known as Bobby, believes and will usually say that none of us is in the entire class has arrived. And I want to believe you agree with me that nobody has arrived here. Undoubtedly, we have all seen different levels of successes, but no member has arrived because we are yet to become all that God wants us to become. So welfare packages have been extended to some of our members who are in critical situations at the moment when tokens were presented to them. The entire class was carried along in all of these welfare activities, and approvals were sought as necessary. One class, please. Oluranti, one class, please. In 2016, In 2016, the entire class agreed to pay a courtesy visit to our principal and father figure back then in Oye, in person of Oga J.R. Ola. Our mates who are residents in Ekiti spearheaded the visit and went along with a lot of foodstuffs and cash gifts as agreed upon by the entire class. Baba Ola was elated and highly excited, and he prayed for the entire class and sent his fatherly blessings. During this era of leadership, our WhatsApp platform, which I will nickname Different Shades of Class 94, for the purpose of this report, was never dull. And you want to agree with me, both the Awolis and the Wosilas, you want to agree that it's ever bubbly. No day. Sometimes you wake up and you see like 1,000 messages. If you are dull enough and you are not visiting that page for 2 days, you might get like 5,000 messages. Alright. So it has been a place of hyper excitement ever since we came together 5 years ago. One would have thought that the excitement of finding ourselves after so many years post-secondary school days will wane after a few months of being in the group. But no, instead of waning, the bond we share keeps getting stronger by the day, and it shows. You can leave our WhatsApp platform for just 1 hour, and by the time you get back to your phone, you'll be back to meet about 300 messages. There, our mates flow and discuss all manner of subjects ranging from politics to sports, marriage, parenting, sex, finance, spiritual and career issues, just to mention a few. Of particular interest has been our Saturday lectures, an initiative brought about by Bobby and made possible by the entire class. Those who are facilitated at one point or the other, those who are faithful participants in and followers of these insightful lectures, and their worries and wasilas, reading the comments quietly in the corner of their spaces and laughing all alone by themselves. Can I ask you guys, their worries, how do you cope? How do you cope? Tonya Jala, how do you cope? In January 2015, under the watch of this leadership, some selected class members who are residents in Ekiti axis volunteered to access the state of the school. They visited the school and sent in their report on the deplorable state of the school, which went a long way to aid our decision on what projects to handle in the school. So if your photograph is not in that journal, you can cut your passport and put it. Under the watch of this pioneer executive led by Akintunde Akimbobola, the class bank account was opened and has run on full transparency and accessibility to all at all times. And with all sense of responsibility, I can say that we're the pace setters. Even the alumni central body had issues with their account, except now for the current executives. They had issues with their account, but our account has been in order since inception. I think we deserve an applause for that. The truth is that alert on the account, on the class account, is open to all members of the class because Bobby personally took it upon himself to ensure that the moment there is a transaction on the account, every member of the class gets a notification. You can all bear me witness in this regard. It is worthy of note that the audited account will still be presented here today. Class annual dues was also initiated during the tenure of this current leadership, and this has helped and strengthened the smooth running of the account and also helped in attending to logistic issues outside our contributions for projects. It will also interest this gathering to know that our 20th reunion celebrations in 2014 was planned online by this team of executives with the cooperation of every member of the class without any one of us seen face to face. Monies were contributed, trust was reposed in us, even though as at then we had not seen ourselves for close to 20 years, and we delivered. The reunion was well attended. We had 47 class members in attendance, while some came from outside the country to be part of the laudable event. There are many more to enumerate, but time will fail me to get into them all. On behalf of Tunde Akinbobola, led Pioneer Executives, we want to thank you, our dear mates and paysetters, for putting your trust in